Hello everyone, today we will discuss about the topic OSPF, which stands for Open Shortest Path First. Shortest path first. Okay, so in the OSPF, we have link state routing protocol. Okay, it is a link state routing protocol. Okay, then algorithm used for best route is the shortest path fixed algorithm, which is Dijkstra algorithm. Algorithm used for best route is shortest path first algorithm is Dijkstra algorithm. Okay, then it has unlimited hop count. Okay, the AD value of OSPF is 110 for internal, 110 for intra, 110, and for external also 110. Okay, then it is a classless routing protocol. Classless routing protocol. Okay, it supports subnetting, VLSM and FLSM. Okay, its multicast address is 224.0.0.5, or we can say hello message address. It has also a update message address, which is 224.0.0.6. Okay, so it introduced the area concepts for managing and controlling of the traffic. Introduce the area concepts for managing and controlling of the traffic. Okay, then the hello timer here is of 10 seconds, whereas in EIGRP it is of how many seconds? Tell me. What the timing of hello message in EIGRP? 5 seconds, right? Here 10 seconds. Okay, that timer is 40 seconds. Okay, incremental updates it says. Faster convergence. Okay, so Then, what are the packet types in OSPF? Packet types in OSPF, or we can say messages in OSPF. First is hello message, which has multicast ID 224.0.0.5. Then we had DBD, database description. Okay. Then we have LSR, link state request. Then we have LSU, link state update. Then we have LS acknowledgement, link state acknowledgement. Okay. So, can anyone tell me that here it is using the router EIGRP1 AS number in EIGRP. Okay. Router EIGRP 1265536 process ID is nothing but it is any random number which used to start process of OSPF. So, what is router ID in OSPF? Router ID is the only name of router which looks like IP address, but it is not an IP address, rather its name. It is elected by some rule. So rule for router ID is check the maximum IP address of loopback and highest loopback will become the router ID. Highest loopback become the router ID. Okay. And if loopback interface not available, then highest interface will be the router ID. Let me explain. Here we have three routers. Connected. Okay. So it has two interfaces, right? So I am assigning here IP address 10.10.10.10. Okay, and here we have 11.11.11.11. This is the loopback ID. So, which is the router ID in this? We have the router ID is 11.11.11.11. When we compare loopback ID, big one will become the router ID. Okay. If we don't have the loopback ID, so if I don't have the loopback ID, then we have this address, IP address 200.0.0.1, and here I have 199.0.0.1. So which one is the router ID? 200.0.0.1. The bigger IP address will become the router ID. Okay, hope you will understand about the router ID. Let me remove it. Okay. Okay. Then, what are the router roles? Router roles Okay. First is designated router, DR. All this concept we will learn in depth in our other videos. I am just giving you the introductions of each the topic of OSPF. Okay, designated router. Second is our BDR, that is backup designated router. Okay, then we have DR, other designated router, other. Okay, so then how many states, or we can say the basic process in OSPF for the neighborship. Okay, so we have the 7 states in OSPF. Okay, states in OSPF. First is our downstate. Second is init state. Third is two-way state. Fourth is X start state. Okay, then we have exchange state. Then we have route loading state, and then we have full state. Loading state and full state. We will learn about all these topics in our further videos. Okay, so after that we have some OSPF tables also. Okay, so tables in OSPF, first is neighbor table, second is database table, third is routing table. Okay, so after these concepts we have what we have link state advertisements. It is the message in OSPF advertisement. It is a messages in OSPF. First is router LSA. Okay, LSA 1. Then we have network LSA. Third, we have summary of LSA. Fourth, we have ASBR summary of LSA. So, ASBR stands for Autonomous System Bounded Router. Then we have external LSA. Then we have multicast LSA. Then we have totally NSSA LSA. Okay, all these concepts we will cover in our further videos in OSPF. Okay, then anybody tell me, if we have no AS number in OSPF, how routers are making neighborship? Anybody tell me? So router will make neighborship on the basis of area. Okay. So some area numbers can be make neighborship backbone area. We can also say that area as a centralized area 0, which is must be directly or indirectly connected to all the areas throughout the network. Okay. Then we have the topic, which is wildcard mask. What is wildcard mask? Can I remove this all? Okay. What is wildcard mask? It is a inverse of subnet mask. Okay. So if we have class A subnet mask. So what is the wildcard mask of this? This is our class A subnet 255.0.0.0 and wild subnet mask of class A is 255.255.255.255 minus 255.0.0.0. Okay, equals to 0.255.255.255. Okay, here is the wild subnet mask of class A. And what is the class B subnet mask? Class B subnet mask is 255.255.0.0, and the wild subnet mask of class B is 255.255.255.255 minus 255.255.0.0. So the wild subnet mask is 0.0.255.255.255. Okay, then what is the class C subnet mask? Class C subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. Then all this minus 255. Okay, so 0.0 dot what? 0.0.0.255. Okay. Then if we have a CIDR class slash interdomain routing slash 25. So what is the subnet mask of this and wild subnet mask of this? And you would tell me. Subnet mask is 255.255.255.128, right? So 255.255.255.255 minus 255.255.255.128. So what's our answer is 0.0.0.127, right? Okay. If we have CIDR value is 26. Okay. 26. So what's our subnet mask is 192, right? So subtract 192 to this and extract our answer of wild subnet mask is 0.0.63. Okay. Okay. If we have 27 CIDR value, so subnet mask is 255.255.224. Subtract 224. What's our answer is for the wild card is 31. Okay. So if the CIDR value is 28, how we can find out what is the value of wild subnet mask? 28. So the subnet mask is 240 and 240 subtract 0.0.015. Okay. If we have subnet mask 29, CIDR value is 29. So what is the wild subnet mask is 248. Okay. 248 subtract. What is the value? 0.0.0.7. Okay, done. I hope you get the point how we can find out the wildcard mask. Okay. And also you can know the topics of the OSPF we will cover in our further videos. Okay. Hope you will get the points. Thanks for watching. Bye bye for today. Thank you.